JQ coming in with another Off the Board with Pineapple Papers. If you don't know what that is, once a month, the last Wednesday of every month, a bunch of scrappy friends of Crystal Barretts with Pineapple Papers get together, use their Pinterest board, and make a video about it, or they post on Instagram. So I am scrapping this beautiful sunset photo. It was actually in winter, but the colors are so perfect for this old Simple Stories collection. This is from 2012. Harvest Lane. So, it's an old scrap room kit I have, and I had used part of it already, so I wanted to finish it off. So I decided I was going to do this, and I want to do this pin. I've been wanting to manipulate photos like this for a long time, and just haven't quite found the photo that I feel comfortable cutting up. So I figured a photo that isn't of anybody's face would actually work really well. So let's get started. So it's actually not hard to do this. I'm just chicken. I was too chicken to cut up a photo with a face on it. So yeah, I was chicken. But anyway, so I measured my photo. It was a perfect 4x6 photo. So I figured I would just do 2x2 squares, which worked really well. So then I went through the papers and kind of trimmed up, and I'm just cutting 2x2 squares. And then it's going to be a lot of me assembling and rearranging, and yeah, it's not complicated. And also just kind of looking to see how it looks, where you want it arranged. Just how you want it to look and feel. So you get everything cut, and then you arrange them on the paper. And like I said, you just rearrange and arrange until you're happy with it. I wanted my photo not completely centered in all the squares. So I opted for doing this, and then I decided that I needed a row below it, even though it might have looked fine without the row below it. But I really want the photo to be almost engulfed in the picture, in the pattern paper. So that's what I'm doing. And then I decide I test out a little photo I had, because in the pin, all the corners are rounded. I didn't want to do all the corners rounded, but I thought it would be neat to make the photo stand out a little bit. Just round all the photos corners. And I'm going to take this. I like the way it is, but I'm going to add some splatter, which you end up not being able to see a ton of anyway, but it does add a little bit to that left-hand side, and a little bit that just kind of peeks out from the squares. And then I decided I need a little more interest, and I'm going to add some stitching. And I'm going to go ahead and stitch down all my squares. So I can't, well, not obviously, but I don't show you my sewing because my sewing machine is just at the end, and it's too much of a hassle to move all the recording stuff to show you that. So I'm just going to make sure I have them all spaced the way I want them to be, and then I'm going to tack them down with just a little bit of adhesive so that the adhesive doesn't kind of gunk up my sewing needle. And I do use, and this was suggested to me by somebody else too, I do use a separate needle for sewing paper than I do for sewing fabric, because sewing the paper will dull the needle actually relatively quickly, and you don't actually need a super sharp needle to do paper. I went ahead and sewed all of them. I sewed 2 lines down each row and down each column, and I'm just trimming off the strings there, and then I'm going to pop up all my the photo squares with some of these dimensional adhesive squares. I think these are from scrapbook.com. Their brand. So I really like the look that gave. But of course I put it on wonky, and it wouldn't have been me if I wouldn't have put it on straight. So I decide I'm just going to cut it and make it a little interesting over there. And I really love the layouts where people throw like a 12 by 12 on top of another 12 by 12 and lay it wonky, and it almost looks like it was tossed on there. I love them. So I kind of wanted to go for that look a little bit, but I didn't have any 12 by 12 papers left in this collection. And once again, I really just wanted to use this collection to use up more of it. And I'm lazy. I'm not a lazy person, but sometimes it's just like I'm in the mood. I'm like, I don't want to go searching in my stash for something else. And then you get to see a cameo of my husband's hand because I have him come over and look and then decide, because I really liked this burnt orangey red color. It was really pretty. But I really liked the other pattern as well. So I asked my husband to come over, and so I was showing him, and then he decided too that this white pattern he liked a lot better. And then he told me he thought it was dumb that I cut the paper to put a different paper behind it. He didn't get it. He's like, whatever. And now doing that, like, actually, like, I don't like this layout as much as I thought I would. And I don't know if it's because I cut that and I did this. I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you think of the whole wonky cut and then lay it down? Let me know in the comments. But then I went through the sticker sheet a little bit, just added a few embellishments, not too many, because with all the different patterns going on, that's enough for your eyeballs. And I just tucked in that one scalloped edge. I really liked that. And then I'm going to tuck in, and then I'm just going to put the month and the year. So I just put February 2020 in some nice puffy alphas. But let me know in the comments below what you think about that edge. And also down in the description will be everyone else that's playing along today. So make sure you check everybody else out. Subscribe if you haven't already to them. They would really appreciate it. And subscribe and like my video. Thanks again. Bye.